Good Thursday to everyone, and thanks for stopping by GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, your source for weather information for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. This is the video forecast discussion for Wednesday, the 7th of November, 2013. Skies are all cloudy at sunrise this morning with a light southwest flow ahead of a cold front approaching the region from the west this morning, and the temperatures are much milder this morning than they have been on the last several mornings, with temperatures generally uniform in the mid to the upper 50s to right around the 60-degree mark or over 60 degrees in a few areas such as New York City and Newark, New Jersey, and also central and southern New Jersey as well into southeastern Pennsylvania. Watches, warnings, and advisories this morning. We have small craft advisories along from the eastern coast of Long Island Sound and the north shore of Long Island Sound in southern Connecticut throughout northern New England's coastal waters all the way down through the New Jersey coastal waters, the Delaware area, as well as the Chesapeake. This is for winds shifting from the southwest to the northwest at 15 to 20 to 25 knots later this afternoon as the cold front comes through, and those wind gusts will produce choppy seas anywhere from 2 to 5 feet throughout Friday. See some light rain getting in here across the Delaware area and into eastern Maryland, and also some rain here just south and east of Long Island into Newport, Rhode Island here, and this is from the ocean influence. Here's our showers and rain bands here, just a few heavier spots of showers and broken lines here across northwestern Pennsylvania into central and southern New York and south central Pennsylvania. This line will be moving to the east over the next couple of hours and will provide some spotty light rain showers across the region, probably less than 1/4 of an inch. As the cold front comes through, temperatures will begin to fall, northwest winds will come in, and there's some quite chilly air behind this front. Temperatures will begin to fall as the winds increase during this afternoon, tonight, and on Friday is going to be a much chillier day. Morning surface chart from WeatherRoanoke.com and Digital Atmosphere Software shows the high-pressure ridge now part off the east coast with a return southwesterly flow. Our cold front's back here through the upper Great Lakes, down through the central plains, and that will be advancing east with the upper trough axis also swinging through the region during the next 12 hours or so. And we'll have some broken showers across the terminals this morning into early this afternoon with a blustery north to northwest wind shifting around during this afternoon, tonight, and on Friday. High-resolution NAMWRF composite reflectivity forecast from Penn State's eWall site shows the wall of rain. It's not that impressive, actually. So we'll be moving across the region during this morning into early this afternoon and breaking up so a little bit as it moves through the region. All areas will receive just a little bit of rain, and some areas will receive more where the rain pockets are just a little bit heavier. And then the northwest winds come in with the upper trough crossing the region. Skies begin to clear out during this afternoon and this evening, and clear to partly cloudy skies across the region again, looking at that for tonight into tomorrow morning with scattered cloud cover. The upper trough swinging through, northwesterly winds bring in chilly air and spokes of precipitation from off the Great Lakes. These are lake enhanced or lake effect enhanced precipitation bands that will be weakening in the drying northwesterly flow, which is downsloping. Skies begin to clear out during Friday morning with plenty of sunshine, but brisk northwest winds and much colder temperatures tomorrow back into the 40s. And this forecast really holds true as the trough axis swings south, swings through the region. High pressure across the central and southern plains will begin to advance eastward, and that means a nice weekend with some high clouds across the region early Saturday morning as some warm air tries to overrun the top of the ridge here, and then more cloud cover across the region during Saturday afternoon as a disturbance approaches from the upper Great Lakes into southeastern Canada and swings a cold front through the region during Sunday morning. Temperatures will begin to fall off from the 50s and lower 60s across the region today, and as that cold front comes through, the temperatures will start dropping down through the 40s during this afternoon, back into the upper 30s across the interior sections of northwestern New Jersey, the 40s just about everywhere else late tonight into early Friday morning. Temperatures really don't recuperate that much on Friday with clearing skies, lots of sunshine and mixed cumulus clouds during the afternoon. Temperatures back into the 40s, all regions. And it looks like another chilly night with temperatures basically bottoming out in the upper 30s to the low and mid 40s along the coast on Saturday morning. And then Saturday afternoon, it will be a pretty brisk day at temperatures again in the upper 40s to the low and mid 50s. As I mentioned yesterday, the next several days into early next week going to be a pretty progressive pattern with cold fronts moving through the region, and next week looks to get interesting. And we'll start it off with a cold front passing through the region this morning. Skies begin to clear out as the upper trough axis swings to our north and east. And we can see this on the heights here. Some very chilly air with lake effect enhanced precipitation drying out as it reaches over the tops of the mountains here in Pennsylvania, New York, and northwestern New Jersey with a scattered cloud cover. Leftover debris from that. And then high pressure begins to build in across the region during the afternoon and evening hours on Saturday. It's whisked off the coast with warm air advection riding over the top of it as this disturbance in low pressure north of the Great Lakes heads into southeastern Canada, and that drives a cold front through the region on Sunday morning. Another cold front approaches during the region during the day on Tuesday, and that cold front moves through from northwest to southeast. It begins to stall out. The GFS and the European model are indicating, as they have been for the last couple of runs now, that a wave of low pressure develops along the front. And there's plenty of chilly air here. Notice the thicknesses are lower than 5,400 feet at 5,000 feet. So basically 5,400 meters rather at 5,000 feet. That's a rain snow line delineator. That's how thick the cold air is below freezing at the 500-foot millibar level. This is a very good indicator of the type of precipitation that could fall if precipitation is in the region. That doesn't really answer a lot of questions at this time, nor should it, because the models are a little bit all over the place. And the wave of low pressure develops along the front. This is the latest 6Z run from the GFS this morning. The European model from last night is showing this quite well, and it's actually showing quite a lot of snow across the Delmarva into northwestern New Jersey. We can see the first flakes of this depending on the location, the track, and the timing of all the features coming together to produce this. Anyway, there is the possibility here of a coastal storm, or at least a system here along the mid-Atlantic coast states early next week, and that would be for the period from late Wednesday through early Thursday, possibly lingering into early Friday as the storm moves across the region and out over the ocean. Now, these are the early morning runs, so the GFS sometimes corrects itself westward, closer to the coast, and we'll just have to see if that's true. But right now, the European modeling is showing something a lot stronger here in terms of precipitation and type of precipitation. And we'll just have to wait and watch and see how this evolves over the next 12 to 24 hours and continuing into the weekend as the models become a little clearer on this upper pattern change. Briefly want to go over the European model here for early next week. In terms of 850 millibar temperatures, these are the temperatures at 5,000 feet that would support frozen or mixed precipitation. Generally, anything below 5 or 6 degrees Celsius at 5,000 feet would support snow. The European model takes a warm air, basically not very warm air here on Tuesday. It's very chilly air at the surface with temperatures still hovering in the upper 40s and lower 50s. A strong cold front comes through the region. And notice how the 850 millibar temperatures on this morning's, last night's run, -5, -7, -9. These would be temperatures at 5,000 feet if there were precipitation in the area to support snow, and the model is showing temperatures of -10, -11 across a large chunk of the region. Now, this is what the European model is showing in terms of the amount of precipitation in millimeters or inches rather as the front comes through and then low pressure develops on it. Here we are at Wednesday morning or Tuesday night, and then as we go through the period, the precipitation as that wave of low pressure along the frontal boundary begins to develop, the cold air comes in, and the modeling is showing this as being snow. And the snow would extend through the early morning hours of Thursday from Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Now, these amounts are very high. We've got amounts here from 7.5 all the way up to 14 inches, 15 inches in spots. The model is probably overdone, but it's on a track that shows the depth of the cold air, the surface wave developing on it, and the possibility of having our first snowflakes here. This is the outlier solution. The GFS is showing most of this precipitation well out over the ocean, not showing as much cold air throughout the region and less precipitation. So this is just an indication of what we're going to be looking at as we move ahead during the next couple of days. Again, I want to stress that the forecast for next week is still very uncertain from the midweek period, but much colder air is on the way with several passages of cold fronts, a very progressive pattern. Bundle up outside, and we'll be back bright and early with you again on Friday morning. For Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a great day.